So yeah, we will get to a point, I don't want to say fairly soon, but in the adventure timeline that I have right now, we'll get to a point fairly soon where I will be running you through the adventure that I wrote, The Mystery of BT SHT 365. And then hopefully I will use you as think tanks to play test material that I'm writing for the next book. So anybody who's watching this will get a little preview of what is coming in the next book, and it will be available on DriveThruRPG. I'm hoping it'll be available fairly soon. You see, I almost made a mistake. I was going to put a time frame on that, and then if I do that, anybody watching this, they're going to fucking nail me. They'll be like, oh, well, you said it'd be out by December, and it's not here yet. So, yeah, no. I'm not going to put a time frame on it, but it is coming very soon. So, welcome to Pirates of Drinax. We will be picking up where we left off last week. We're on the what the travelers are calling the Aslan side quest. Before we get started, let me thank the friends of the Greenwater Guildhall. If you're watching on Twitch and you would like to click on these people's links, you should see them in some tiles. If you don't see the tiles, go ahead and click on my profile image, and they should be there if you scroll down. The first on the list is the Speechless Bard. She and her husband make beautiful leather products for your tabletop role-playing games, such as leather covers for your core rulebooks. She has a full line of dice bracelets if you like to wear gaming jewelry. She has a dice mat for rolling and keeping your character sheets and whatnot in, and the whole thing rolls up and it looks like a spell scroll. But it doesn't have to be a spell scroll. You can customize these items as you wish. She will do fantastic artwork for you. If you are ordering, make sure that you give yourself a little bit of extra time. She's in the UK, so it can take a little while for it to get here. So if you're ordering for a birthday or something, make sure that you order early. Or, you know, the holidays are coming. You may want to order now, knowing how U.S. Customs is. Next on the list is the Fable Beard Company. Fable Beard Company makes beard products such as oils, balms, butters, and co-wash. They now have a line of deodorants, and they have spray-on colognes as well. And each of their scent profiles is a different fantasy character. Right now I'm wearing the Harvester. It is their fall scent line. It smells like crisp apples and fall leaves, and it's a very Halloween-type scent. My wife likes to tell me that I smell like a basic bitch. She says, oh, you're wearing your pumpkin spice latte again. No, it is not pumpkin spice. It is apples. I think they do have a pumpkin spice, though, honestly. If you are a first-time purchaser, they have a buy one, get one free option. So go to fablebeardco.com, fill out your account information, and log in. And then you can put 2 beard oils in your cart. And the second one, if you use the code FIRST in all capital letters, it will be discounted to free. And if you are a fan of this show and you'd like to follow the guys' shenanigans as they pillage their way across the Trojan Reach and get into all manner of hijinks, you can check out our website via Obsidian Portal. It is titled Cynther's Traveler Game. The adventure log is written in a manner of small news blurbs that you would see detailing events of what is happening with these people as they go across the Trojan Reach. Not just the players, but the region in general as well. Some of the articles may give you a background. How is the Imperium handling this? Or how is, this particular planetary government dealing with this situation? But that will give you an insight as that. It's kind of a neutral reporter's view. Give us a fan like, and we hope you enjoy it. So where we left off last week, Rexxar, you are logged in, right? Yes, I see you.
Hello.
So where we left off last week, you guys had traveled to the planet Argona. You were requested by, oh man, here we go. What's his name? You know, that one guy.
Yeah, he's got this name.
Yeah, he's got this name and stuff. Casil, who is, he says he's of Clan Aroif, which is a huge Aslan clan in the Trojan Reach. They're mostly known for trading and things like that. But he didn't go into a whole lot of background about himself, or, you know, why is he there at the floating Palace of Drinax? No information on that. But he came to you and said that there was a package that absolutely had to be delivered to the it is the Palace on Tyock. It is the Palace of Clan Iwoi on Tyock, and this package is of the utmost importance. And so he gave you a contact name on Argona and sent you to pick up this package. Now, Argona is an ice world, and to get into the starport, Qing Shi did a excellent job of landing the vessel. So you come into this ice trench, and you follow this ice trench, and then there is a opening to their starport that is not much larger than your ship. And for this group of missions, you've opted to take the Obi-Wan Jabrobi, your scout vessel, and Type S scout. And basically, Qing Shi took this thing through the ice trench and into the hole and did a whirl and landed it on the landing pad with a flourish. And that's not something that is regularly seen. The people of Argona, it is a mining colony. Most everything here, 99% of the people that are here are in the mining industry, and they have these large machines that are designed to crack the ice and drill down into it. And they have to use special machinery because it is so cold that the ice will actually start to reform as they're drilling. So they have these heated laser drills that they use. And but the people here, it's not a large colony by any means. There's maybe 800 people here, but they are a very hardy folk. They're kind of standoffish to outsiders. But going into the generic bar and grill, which you guys always go to generic if you can, the local populace knows that which ship came in, who the pilot was, and Qing Shi drinks for free. They are that impressed by her piloting skills. So you met with this gentleman named Joachim Strusen. And Joachim Strusen is a small-time, he's not a mega corporation. He's a small trading faction, that brokerage, really. And he told you that the package isn't actually here on Argona. It is on Gibraltar Station. Gibraltar Station is in the Inur system. And he told you that it is of prime importance that this package be delivered, and he gave you a couple of recommendations. And the first being that there are going to be other parties that are after this package. And so he recommends acting like normal traders. Don't go straight to Tyock, because if you go straight to Tyock, they're going to know. If you leave Gibraltar Station or the Inur system and go and just make a beeline for Tyock, everybody's going to know that that's where the package is, and that's going to bring a heap of trouble down on you. So he said, don't do that. bounce around, do some speculative trading. However, the package has to be delivered within 16 weeks. He doesn't tell you what happens if it's not, but he does kind of tell you what happens if it's not. He tells you that for every day past the 16-day deadline that the package is late, 10% will be removed from your fee. Now, the first of the payment, he pays you a third of the payment up front, and that came to 144,000 credits. So you will make 288,000. I knew that was the answer, but I don't know why I didn't think I was correct. Anyways, 288,000 when you deliver, another 280,000 when you deliver the package. And like you said, 10% will be removed per day that is overdue the 16 weeks. And then he says, he tells the captain, he says, you wouldn't be interested in any side margin profit, would you?
Go on.
And he makes sure, he hits a button on his desk and the window shades close and a second door slides shut over the entrance to the office. And you can tell the second door that shuts is kind of it is a soundproof security door. And he says, if you were to, he's like, first, let me be clear, this isn't necessarily a profit margin in the form of money, but it is in the form of other things. My contact, the one that sent you this direction, tells me that you are actually privateers for the Kingdom of Drinax. If you were to deliver, say, 1 mega credit worth of, illegal drugs to Argona, for every 1 mega credit that you were to deliver, I can be sure to make sure that Argona shifts it starts to slowly slide towards being a haven for you. Now, that's not to say that Argona would join the Kingdom of Drinax. That may be a conversation that can come up later with the powers that be, but we can definitely harbor you when the waters are rough.
Okay. I haven't smuggled that many illegal narcotics yet, so I'm trying to figure out how difficult this would be for our ship.
Well,
how much is a mega credit of drugs and how big is it?
Well, it depends on the drugs that you're smuggling, but a mega credit potentially could be quite a few drugs. What I would recommend the next time you are in port and ready to make some, spend some money on the Harrier or whatever ship that you decide is going to be your drug smuggler, you could put in concealed compartments, which would allow you to stash things in those sneaky little hidey holes that most classes of travelers type ships would have. And that could help you get past customs.
Okay, that seems like a good idea. I'm open to that type of business.
For the majority, Argona is basically a corporate planet. It is much like Acrid. PRQ, Pax Rulin Quartermasters, controls much of the mining that goes on here. So before you leave Argona, is there anything that you would like to do besides watching Ching Shi get more free drinks at generic. There's also Planetfall Bar and Grill.
Have we been there before, Planetfall?
I don't think you have. So Planetfall Bar and Grill is a lot like Hard Rock Cafe. And every single Planetfall that you go into is going to proclaim that they were the first Planetfall Bar and Grill. But there's really no way of telling if they really are or if they just picked the name so that they could ride on the bootstraps of the franchise. But they're pretty popular all across charted space. And they've got, you know, the dance floor and the whole 9 yards.
Well, do you guys want to go there, or are you happy getting drunk at generics?
I think we should probably wander, because aren't we supposed to just sort of hang out for a while before we get to talk to whoever it is we need to talk to?
So so the package that you're supposed to pick up isn't even here. It is in the Anuran system at a location called the Gibraltar Station.
Oh, I misunderstood. I thought that we still had to talk to someone here about the job.
No, you're ready to go. Give me 1 second, I'll be right back.
That's my problem. I misunderstood. I'm apparently already drunk. Well, if we're going to have a cargo hold full of drugs, it's probably good that Bacchusura is staying on our little station. Otherwise, we'd pick up a mega credits worth of drugs and show up with a third of a credit worth. That's probably the best for now.
Yeah, we should get a concealed compartment installed on our Harrier.
Or you mean on the Jabroni?
No, I think the Harrier would be better.
Wait, are we going to go? I thought we were supposed to not take the Harrier because it has too high of a profile.
This is for separate stuff.
Oh, they mean at a different time?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought we were supposed to pick up and drop off the drugs as we were doing the other thing, like as we were pretending to be merchants.
I don't think so.
Okay, if it's afterwards, then yeah, definitely the Harrier. We could probably even send word for whoever's watching it now to try and get that installed. They could go to fucking Pirate World and get like a sweet one put in.
Yeah, that's true.
I
Yeah,
like that. That's a good plan.
okay. So we got on that first one.
Okay, so what did you guys decide?
We're gonna send a message to whoever's looking after the Harrier right now
Okay.
to take it to the pirate world.
The
to get
thief?
Yeah, to get the secret compartments installed. That seemed like the best place to get it done.
Okay. So, All right. Interesting. Let
Maybe
me.
if someone didn't do it right, how are we gonna do then?
No, that's a great
That's
idea.
how we know we've come up with a good idea.
Ooh.
When Chris is like, oh, interesting plan. Then you know we've done something right.
I'm just trying to figure out how long a message will take. Probably not very long. Let me pull up my handy dandy map here. So you are on Argona. So it'll essentially take about 5 weeks for that message to get to Drinax. Probably with a courier ship, you can cut that in half. And it will cost you, though. Let me figure out how much it'll cost you. Probably not very much, considering it's just a message. traffic. Man, here we go. That's not bad. It will cost you 300 credits, and you can have a message on a courier ship that will make a side trip to Drinax. And like I said, 300 credits, it'll take, if they're jump 3, it'll take about 3 weeks.
Okay. Sounds good.
And then when they receive that message, they will pop over to Thieve with the courier or with the Harrier rather, and have your you're having the concealed compartments installed, correct? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, once they get the message, Teddy and Kirsch can pilot the Harrier. Hopefully not get too many dings in it. So is there anything you want to do around here? Did you want to try to speculate, pick up some cargo to take to Gibraltar Station? Is there anything like that? Or do you want to just head for Gibraltar?
It probably makes more sense to try and get some cargo so that we have like a reason for going. Be
Okay.
less suspicious if anyone pokes around.
Okay. Somebody roll a D66. Well, who's doing the brokering?
Oh, brokering. I don't know who that would be.
I think so.
I have broker at 1.
Oh, you got more than me than quick.
Okay. And then so it'll be broker plus.
So just roll D66. So basically you're rolling 2 6-headeds like their percentage.
Okay.
And tell me what you got.
31.
Okay. Crystals and gems. Oof. Let me double check something. I need to look to see how much cargo space you have. Oh, yeah. So you have 12 tons of cargo space. Not a lot. I mean, it's a scout ship, not a trader. But there are 10 tons of crystals and gems. Go ahead and make a broker skill. Broker plus your choice, EDU, intellect, or charm.
My charm is 10. That's plus.
Is
that
plus
plus 1?
That is plus 1.
Okay. $11.
Oof. Okay. So, normally, these crystals and gems would be purchased for a base price of 20,000 credits per ton. These, you've talked them down to 18,000 per ton. So, 180,000 credits for 10 tons of crystals and gems. And the deal is to take the whole lot or none of it.
Let's take them.
All right, 180,000 credits. You are now the proud owners of 10 tons of crystals and gems.
Good for meditation.
Yes. These crystals are really good for your chakras.
go great with my sew.
Yes. Do you have another ton of sage? So, they are loading up your cargo. You go through your pre-flight checks and you take off. Ching Shi, go ahead and make a difficult piloting check. Piloting plus Dex.
Only 10.
No, you got exactly 10. So, yeah, you you get it.
Barely make it.
Yeah, you there at the last second. You think you're gonna scrape some paint on the sides of the exit coming out here at the bottom at number 7, but you don't. You are successful, and you get out of the docking tunnel into the ice cavern and make your way towards the Atmo.
It's because of that I'm FUI. I got all those free drinks, and so then I
Right.
got a little.
So, you are in Borderland all the way over here at Argona. And one of the things that they say when you're on Argona is that they kind of call it the Void's Edge. And if you notice, pretty much off of Argona, there is blank space out here and here. And you'll see that to the right here, it says the next sector is Void 8. This is on the edge of the Great Rift. Now, the only ships that, on the other side of the Great Rift, from this point, I believe, is actually Imperial space. And the only ships that can really make it across the rift are Jump 5 and Jump 6 ships. These are the biggest vessels possible. But other than that, if you jump out here and you don't have that, you're floating out in the black with, just your whatever food you brought with you and the O2 that is left in your tanks. So you'll live for about 2 weeks, maybe. So from Argona to Inurin will take you a week. Is there anything in the week while you're in jump space that you guys would like to do other than play cards or study, read the newest Flash Rogers graphic novel?
Is my dog on the other ship, or did I take it with me?
Your pet is actually with you. I actually had a picture of that, and I don't think I remembered to put it on here. Yeah, but it's not really a dog. It is something else entirely. It hatched from an egg, and it is now grown. It bonded with you, and it is very protective of its owner and the crew as a whole. It has kind of made you its pack. But it's small. It's maybe about the size of a good sized house cat. But it's got like brown and orange furry feathers, and it's basically like a small little owlbear creature.
Perfect.
Yeah, and we decided that the litter box was kept in the airlock, and that way when you want to clean it, you just open the door.
Can we teach it tricks? I
I was
have
gonna do that. I know.
I have animals one. I was a bit. I don't know.
Yeah, if you guys want to make an animals check, you could try to teach it some tricks. One of its favorite pastimes is chasing around Rexxar's little food bot that roams around the ship that he likes to chase around for his meal time. So he basically shares his meals with this creature. you know, I can't. I'm not going to keep calling it the creature.
The
Yeah,
things.
you should name it. I rolled a 10 for animals, so I taught it something. I don't know what.
It is actually. He bought it at a space bazaar. Basically like a space fair. It is actually called a Discarin. And it looks like that.
Rexxar, what are you gonna name it?
I don't know, I've just been calling it the creature.
Is there like a hero in Aslan lore that it should be named after?
Chris and I were talking about this a while ago.
There is.
What was
Actually.
the name of the guy
Oh.
who like killed the monster?
Yep, I have
slept
it.
with someone else's wife and
I-
then got killed for it.
Yes. Yeah, that's a messed up that's a messed up story. That is a tale of woe. There.
It's perfect.
Yeah. Actually, his name in Anglic is actually pretty easy to pronounce. It's something like Red Falls or something ridiculous like that. Perhaps I'm looking in the wrong book. Yeah, I'm looking in the wrong book. Yeah, I mean, you could. There's many of these Aslan heroes. We'll come up with a name for them. So you're teaching him some tricks.
Hell yeah.
Anything else you want to do during this week? Anything engineering wise or?
Yeah, what is let's see, what is the state of the ship? Is there anything I can do to it?
Well, it's in pretty good shape. I mean, of course it's old.
Yeah.
So this is a Type S Scout. It was basically mustered out, but rather than scrap it, they gave it to Captain Beth so that she could continue on scouting as a civilian. And of course, with that, rather than a monthly payment, the Scout Service just calls in the favor of, reactivating her service every now and again whenever they need something to be scouted out or a courier message or something like that. The most recent upgrade that you made to it before you left on this ship, you added a triple turret with a pulse laser, a missile launcher, and a sandcaster.
Hey, maybe you could write computer code or something to try and make something work better.
Nerd.
Make something work for us.
Yeah, I mean, and so right now it does have a +1 to gunnery for its firing solution. So, that's good for Rexxar, since he's usually your gunner.
Yeah.
The other nice thing about it is that this is a triple turret, and so you only need the one gunner. He's only operating that one turret. So he kind of...
Big button and things explode.
Well, you got two buttons, because now you can switch between which weapon you want to fire.
Uh-oh.
And the missile launcher has a magazine in it with 12 missiles. You didn't pick up any extras, but I mean, 12 missiles, that's pretty good.
It is all exercise, also. It's a lot.
Okay. Yeah, one of the really good things about this Type S Scout is that it has military grade sensors.
Oh, cool.
So you're talking about LiDAR, radar, densitometers, things like that.
No idea.
Yeah.
We'll think on it, yeah. Yeah.
Find and errand. Oh, I know what you can do during your time. Who wants to make a electronics computers check?
I will do that.
Okay.
Your turn.
I got 5.
Boy.
Michael, dice.
So on a 5, this is so weird. Oh, there it is. So this is the little rocky planet that is the main world of the Anuran system. Looks like a pretty nice little planet. On a 5, the library computer, before you come out of jump, tells you that Anuran is the main world of a complex trinary star system with bodies orbiting each of the stars, or each of the system's 3 stars. The primary of the system is officially named Peterson's Trinary Alpha, but known to locals as Pamsk. Some star maps may actually still use the term Peterson's Trinary Alpha, depending on how updated your star maps are. Your star maps actually have it listed as Pamsk. The primary is orbited by 4 gas giants and 9 terrestrial planets, including Anuran itself. 2 companion stars also have their own planetary systems. It shows that Anuran is a habitable world with standard atmosphere. Its population has some 40 million, and they are divided into several large nations and a vast array of minor settlements, enclaves, city-states, outposts, camps, and a few nomadic groups. It says, warning, tensions run high between many of these, often for reasons of tradition lost in the midst of time. And that's all it says. That's what you were able to pull up on the Anuran system. Does anybody want to try to get more information on Anuran?
Sure, I'm bored. Probably gonna help a lot. Okay. So it's gotta be electronics computers, right?
Mm-hmm.
6. Got one more.
You're able to pull up a note that says, it should be noted that there is no officially designated main starport on Anuran. Any ship approaching will be bombarded with offers, inducements, and possibly threats to get them to land at one or the other nation's starport.
Sweet. So it's like a bunch of spam's gonna come our way.
Yeah, basically. If you land at our starport, you can get an extended warranty on your starship.
Use Trivago.
Right. Luckily, though, you're not actually going to the main world. You're going to Gibraltar Station. And you come out of jump just fine. And so Gibraltar Station orbits the next body out. It's a small gas giant called Pamsk 5. No other name other than Pamsk 5. So it is the 5th stellar body out from Pamsk. And Gibraltar Station has a Class E starport. It ain't pretty. But they basically specialize in fuel refueling, and they do fuel skimming off of the gas giant itself. And the nice thing about that is you can refuel there. You don't have to go to Anuran itself. However, as you approach, you see that there are a couple of heavy fighters that come in and flank your ship on one on either side. And you are warned against fuel skimming. Fuel skimming off of Pamsk 5 is not allowed. If you want to refuel, you will refuel at the port. Is that understood? Over.
Okay. Sure.
Enjoy your stay on Gibraltar Station. And these two ships take off.
Weird.
Our little Tootsie.
Well, it would be like if it was possible to go to where there's an oil reserve, drop your line into the oil reserve while there's a bunch of miners sucking out oil. I'm sure that they would be like, "What are you doing? You're not allowed to do that." So yeah, these guys are basically guarding their territory, and that's where they're making their money. So if you're going to refuel, So, you come into Gibraltar Station. Ching Shi, go ahead and make a piloting plus dex check.
Let's see, 11.
Nice. Yeah, you come in. Your piloting check is no problem. You're coming in at the perfect angle. You're not being flashy. And you are called by Gibraltar's air traffic control. And they come on. They're like, we have you on our scopes, Obi-Wan Jabrobi. We list you as a Type S scout ship. What is your destination and purpose for docking?
Sure.
I'll tell them we're a trader, we got gems. We're stopping to refuel right now, though, aren't we? Or are we? We're dropping.
Well, kind of both. Like you're supposed to, you're gonna dock here, refuel, probably pay your maintenance cost, and you're gonna sell your cargo that you've got, and you're here to pick up more cargo. So I mean, yeah, you're all of the above.
Let's tell the truth.
We have crystals. Get your crystals here.
That's right.
Yeah, so he gives you a docking berth, and you pull up, and you're able to. You basically land on the small. They've got numerous pads on Gibraltar Station. Some for small ships, some for medium-sized ships. You land on one of the 1 to 200 ton pads, and as soon as you land and the engines are down, the elevator drops you down into the main hangar, and the doors close overhead, and you are swung around and backed up to into a cargo bay, and you can exit the ship on this space station.
Sweet. We've been informed for some freaking horror. It's really awesome.
So one of the things that that Joaquin gave you before you left is he gave you a kind of a letter that you can present to the customs officials that should speed things along, he said. Once again, as you get onto Gibraltar, you kind of find that the people here are standoffish. They seem to get friendlier the more money that you would spend. And you see that there's another couple of trader ships here, but not, I mean, you see a couple of, smaller 200-ton free traders and whatnot, but for the bulk of the traffic, you're seeing large bulk freighters in the, 15,000 ton range. These things are huge. And they are stopping in to refuel, usually by sending shuttles and whatnot over to Gibraltar.
Do you use the somebody could talk one of them into making a beeline for that planet that we're not supposed to make a beeline for.
I don't know that you really want to. I mean, do you want to bring that up and tell anybody else that?
Well, I mean, I tell them there's something else over there to go do or see, but not.
But they might implicate us.
Oh shit, that's right. Yeah, okay. Just thinking out loud here. That's true. It could come back to us later. What's up?
One of the other things that you immediately notice as you get off the ship is that there seems to be a lot of signs or advertisements that really are showing a corporate atmosphere, although Gibraltar itself isn't a corporate-owned business. But it'd be like, I mean, everybody's seen it as you drive through Beaverton. There's like all of these signs for like, oh, well, your corporation can do better, you know, call this number. And you see a number of these. One of the signs that you see, I'm sorry, but I love this sign. Whoever works at Mongoose spent some time with corporations. I could just tell by seeing this. This is one of the ads that you see.
Power breakfasts.
Yeah.
How much fiber's in full power shit or not? Sorry.
It's full of cold and glow.
It's the rebranding of Cold Blow, that's right.
I have to share, I just got the first part of my Halloween costume, and it just got delivered. I'm very excited. Check this out.
Yeah! Yay!
Nice. Nice.
I'm very, very pleased.
That's awesome.
It doesn't quite fit. My head's a little bit bigger than I think that standard adult, but it'll work.
It'll stretch. So you give this note to the customs officials, and everybody make a recon plus intellect check.
Four.
I got 13. Woo!
10.
Oh wait, no, 5. I got 5. That's not really better since 6 is like the most basic you need to pass.
What did
It's too impressed with my own hat to do any recon.
Rexxar get?
You said it's a recon?
Yeah, recon plus intellect.
That is in 11.
Okay, so Rexxar, the first thing that you notice is that it seems to you like customs here is, it seems fairly easy to get through. Even considering the fact that you have like a letter from Joaquim that should make things easier for you, it seems too easy. But Captain Beth, as you're sitting there and the customs agent is going through this letter that Joaquim sent, you look around and you notice that there are way too many janitors. There seems to be like 20 of these janitors in this customs area around the cargo dock that are all sweeping up. And the customs agent...
Power breakfast are messy.
Damn those power breakfasts. And on your 13, you kind of catch out of the corner of your eye that it seems that under the overalls of this guy he's sweeping and kind of looking around. He's not really looking at what he's sweeping up. He's sweeping and looking around, and you see that there is a small bulge in his overalls under his arm.
Oh my.
Okay, sorry. Did you guys see all those memes of the feds at the protest or whatever, like all these federal agents trying really hard to not look like federal
Well, do not look like federal. Yeah, that's
They did such a
exactly.
bad job.
Yeah, exactly. That's what these guys look like. They look like they are not really janitors. And you've now found one that looks like he's obviously armed. He's not hiding that pistol very well.
Okay, everybody roll initiative, I yell. I'm sure we have a signal now at this point, don't we?
On the station, you are allowed to carry hand weapons.
What would you call the reverse, or what's the opposite of a safe word?
Yeah, the danger word.
The danger word.
We'll do the danger signal from Team America. Where you? Cacao!
Wait, I think I heard Rexxar say sea cucumber.
Yeah, that's right.
It makes sense because cats are afraid of cucumbers.
So the customs agent looks it over. He says, "Oh, you'll want to speak. You'll want to go to the offices of Ian Zurguzauer Freight and Brokerage and speak to Amalde." And he says, "Laws on the station. You're not allowed to wear. You're not allowed to wear anything over." Like a flak jacket, so no combat armor, no battle dress. You're not allowed to carry long arms. You can carry side arms such as pistols, and a combat knife. As long as as long as your pistols and your knives stay sheathed, you're fine.
What about this? Does this count? And I pull out my axe.
Yeah, no, that's not allowed.
Well, he's slipping off. It's just a little bigger.
I was gonna say, do something we can carry more than 2 ounces of liquid, so we're pretty much fucked.
So, yeah, does Rexxar have a pistol?
What's a pistol?
Well, I mean, you've got a dew claw, so yeah, I don't know if Rexxar even has a pistol. I would think that from your first.
We picked up enough random weapons along the way that we're gonna have a spare. It might be janky, but we'll have spares because we've randomly picked up guns off of people we've killed.
Oh, I'm sure.
Even if he's not officially carrying one, we've got him on board.
Well, and from the first adventure, I'm pretty sure Rexxar would have picked up a snub pistol.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, snub pistol's not that bad. Does 3D minus 3 damage.
No EGM3.
Okay, this makes me a little bit nervous, mostly the armor part.
Yeah, no combat armor. But you could wear ablative, reflect armor, flak jacket, cloth armor. That's all fine.
Shit, I just bought like really awesome armor though. So I don't have a whole lot that's good. Except for that, I mean. Am I allowed to wear a helmet? Just protect my brain. And graft it onto her body if we have to.
I'm changing to make cloth armor. I don't remember what.
No combat back, huh?
No.
I don't think I have any other armor.
I had Ablat before I had awesome armor. Did you say that was allowed or not?
Yeah, Ablat would be allowed. Ablat's good against lasers. It's got +1 protection or +6 against lasers.
I've never had anything other than combat armor, so I don't know what else would be on board.
Yeah, you're probably just wearing your normal flight suit.
Yeah.
Rexxar's wearing like just what's it called?
A loincloth.
That's all I don't have any armor.
Can I ask where these janitors get their outfits? Like, I really like them and want one.
Yeah, you guys would have like regular ship's flight suits probably have the logo of the Gibrobi on the back. You know, the Imperium Scout Service, probably Imperium Scout Service logos and the Gibrobi's logo.
Like that tunnel snakes vest from Fallout.
Yeah, tunnel snakes rule. That's right.
Tunnel snakes rule.
You tell him, Butch.
And then Butch ends up being a hairdresser.
Yeah, that's right. You will cut your hair. That was fun.
So the customs agent, you go back to the ship. Who is going to? So I guess Ching Shi, being the broker, are you going to hang behind and try to sell this cargo while the rest of the crew go to this freight and brokerage office? I'm not going to try and say this name again.
Yes, I will stand out in front of our spaceship doing old-timey, like, gems, we're not gems, get your gems, girl. And, see what happens. But I'll have them on,
You just look like your chakra's missing an eye.
you can use a crystal. How about a mega credit of crystals? So I'll do that, but I want to be able to keep them on comms while they're in the brokerage.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, definitely. There's no reason. You guys would be able to stay in contact with your mobile comms.
Like our hand terminals or
Yeah,
something.
your little cell phones.
Okay.
So the rest of the crew, standing out with your cargo. So the port authority comes in and they unload this 10 tons of cargo in cargo containers. Well, probably a cargo container, and it's a lot like that. You're standing out on this cargo deck, and there's a number of ships that are also backed up to the cargo deck, and there are basically trade conglomerate representatives walking around with their electronic clipboards. They're checking the freight and seeing how much they'll buy from these different ships. So it's a lot like that. The rest of you, Rexxar, Captain Beth, and Keith, you head to the Ienziger Freight and Brokerage. Now, Rexxar, make an intellect check. I know that's probably not going to be great, but...
Alright, it's +0 because I buffed up my intellect a little. 11.
You got an 11? Wow.
That was a good roll.
Yeah, that's fantastic for you. So you actually recognize the Ian Zugurzower is actually a Vargur word. And you arrive at this freight and brokerage firm, and it is just referred to as ERB by the locals. You have to ask directions once or twice, and you finally show up. And when you walk into this lobby, there are several works of art which might be politely described as vibrant. Another description might be lurid. So you have to keep in mind that Vargur are from canine stock. They do not see color as well. So everything that they do is garishly bright. Their ships would be described as, I would describe them as hideously painted. They are ridiculous. They look like clowns. And that's the kind of artwork that's on the walls. And sitting out on tables is this buffet of breakfast food. There are what appear to be fresh strawberries, peaches, blueberries, different kinds of cereals, cottage cheese. There's even some bagels. And you see this Vargur come out. Here he is. Or she is, rather. And she introduces herself as Imalde. And she goes around this table, and the current big corporate thing is the power breakfast. And she goes around the table and tells each of you different foods. Like, for instance, she goes to Rexxar, and there's a bowl of, like, there's, like, some dried fish. Clearly, all of this is imported off-world. But there's, like, some dried fish and some cottage cheese. And she goes around and tells each of you what the ideal mix of energy release and nutrition is for any given body type or activity. And then once everybody has their breakfast, she gets right down to business and she says, so I've gone over your paperwork. It was sent to me by the customs. There is a slight problem.
Are you guys having a power breakfast?
Yeah, you guys are still eating power break. You guys haven't seen fresh fruit in some time, so I mean, you're used to eating, like, protein paste and dried fruits and nuts. She says, well, you see, the cargo is not cargo as you would normally expect, inasmuch as it is a person and a few items of luggage rather than a shipping container. She says the identity of this... I'm sorry, what were you saying?
I was going to say, is it a dangerous person or like...
Well, it's funny that you asked that. The identity of this person is not made clear by any documents. She says, as far as whether or not the person is dangerous, he caused some problems here on Gibraltar Station, and the most common punishment for that is deportation. And deportation means that they will put him on the first ship that is leaving that will take him, and he goes with them, and that's where his port of call is. Well, it was a system ship, so it's not like they jumped anywhere, but he was deported, and I guess he could be construed as dangerous. He was involved in a fight, and he seriously injured at least 2 people with some kind of bladed article. Although a case was made for self-defense, the station's administrators ordered the individual to be deported. The first ship available was a cargo barge bound for the next body in the system. It's a dismal little rock ball called Hernan's Claim. Presumably, this particular individual that you are here to transport is there on Hernan's Claim. She says, however, his luggage is still here in the holding docks. I can give you the paperwork and you can claim it if you are heading to Hernan's Claim to pick him up.
Sure, that would be great.
Sorry, I need to look at my skills page. Is there an insight? Not really. Make a so Beth, Keith, and Rexxar make a recon. Yeah, it's not really recon. It's yeah, make a recon plus EDU or intellect check.
I got 11.
Ooh.
Yeah, 6.
What about Rexxar? How's your empathy going there, Rexxar?
9. He said recon. And I can smell his empathy.
So Rexxar and Beth, you can kind of tell that Amalde is being a little bit guarded. Like maybe she's not telling you everything here.
So I could try and use persuade, my persuade one, to see if I can get more details, perhaps.
Yeah, go ahead and make a persuade plus charm check.
Charm. I'm missing a page. Oh, okay, so. Oh, that doesn't have any more. Okay. So I got 9. Dang, so close.
9's pretty good. So she tells you, she goes, well, since you're here to kind of take a problem off of our hands, I will let you know that the cargo is an Aslan male who goes by the name Erdnwall. This is almost, Rexxar, you know that this is almost certainly a pseudonym. Because Erdnwall is a Vargur word meaning long and dreary road. Amalde tells Beth, she says, he arrived a few weeks ago aboard a mining ship and initially kept his head down other than contacting me to arrange discreet passage towards the Herate, being Aslan space, the Aslan Herate. Payment was on account from an Aslan clan and not disputed by the clan, though why they paid for this person to travel is a mystery. I don't know, I don't really care, a contract is a contract. She says, not long ago, Erdnwall got himself deported in a fight, or after a fight, and I don't have any details, but it seems suspicious to me that it might have been, a botched robbery attempt and that he was simply defending himself. She says, I will tell you, someone has been making inquiries about an Aslan matching Erdnwall's description. They were obviously trying to be discreet, but they weren't being very good at it. And since they didn't have any money, I didn't tell them anything. She says, in short, your cargo, ergo passenger, is on Hernan's claim. It's an in-system flight away. In your Type S Scout, it should take you approximately 8 hours to reach Hernan's claim.
Sounds good to me.
She says, please, eat your fill of the power breakfast. 8 hours is a long trip in system. You need all the energy that you can get.
I don't want to spend the trip on the toilet, though. I have to fly with the ship.
Don't worry, it's power breakfast. It's like it's fresh fruits and vegetables, not like breakfast burritos.
Just a hole in the pilot chair.
So Ching-Shi, you're in the cargo dock. Ching-Shi's in the cargo dock, and the trade manager for one of the conglomerates comes over, and he says, all right, let me take a look at your cargo.
Come on over here and get some crystals.
And he goes in and he inspects it. Wow, that's really bad. He says,
He just agrees to give me money because he rolled so poorly examining crystals.
here, have all the money.
He's just going to give me the
Oh
credit.
my god, these are collectibles.
He says, these are
Beanie Babies.
these are quite good quality crystals and gems. I'm sure that we can sell them. I think they're probably worth I think they're probably worth 25,000 per ton. Did you want to try to talk him up?
Wait, 25,000 per ton?
Yeah. You paid 18.
I know, but weren't they supposed to be worth a lot more than that?
They were worth.
I do want to talk about
They were initially, their base price is 20.
Right, and then we got it down to 18, and he's offering 25.
Right.
That sounds kind of poopy. I think we can do better than that.
Go ahead and make a broker roll.
I think I will, and hopefully not have us end up with a bunch of gems.
Well, I mean, you paid 18, he's offering 25. That's 5 more than the base price. So you're already doing good.
That's an extra 7,000 is good.
Well, I mean, you could do better.
Wait, it's not per ton, isn't it, though?
That is per ton.
Right, so, and then we got 10 tons?
Yeah, so he's offering you 250,000 for what you paid 188,000 for.
I feel like it's worth it to try and go a little bit, but I'm getting word from my captain that that's a bad plan and I shouldn't be greedy. Since she's in my ear and she's, I'm going to pretend that she's verbally waggling her eyebrows at me to just shut up and take it.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, you could make a broker roll. It's not going to get worse.
Right, but if I blow this, then doesn't it mean that like he then offers me 5,000?
No, if you blow this, he's just going to be like, I'm offering you, 250,000 for the 10 tons, take it or leave it. Which means you'll still take a profit.
Okay. As long as if I ruin it, it's not like I just get robbed instead. Like if I roll really badly and he's like, I'll just take it and shoot your face off. Like
you see him, he's got his little tablet out, and he looks over at his partner and he's like, yeah, we'll give you 25,000 a ton for it. And he looks at his partner and they both kind of laugh.
Oh, I will not be mansplained. Yeah, I'm gonna roll for it. That's my trigger. Here we go.
Yeah.
8, 10, 11.
Okay. He says, oh,
30.
well, it seems you know you're trading. We could go up to 28,000 per ton.
28. Yeah, that's enough of an increase. That's enough to show a little bit of respect. So I'll take the 28.
Okay, so you make 280,000 credits, which is just under 100,000 more than what you paid for it.
Nice.
Way to go, profit. And he says, would you be interested in trading for anything else that's here on the cargo dock? Would you want to pick up another cargo?
Another cargo headed. Where is it that we're heading one more time?
This is what would be called speculative trading. So you don't necessarily know that you're going to make a profit.
So we're hoping to get something desirable enough that we can sell it wherever we put down.
Correct.
It's not a look for a load that's going to the same place we're already going.
Correct. He has available to him right now 1 ton of pharmaceuticals.
We could start our good drug trade on our own?
So these are
yeah, let's do it.
these are basic medicines for like a field hospital. 1 ton isn't going to go very far, but there are things like antibiotics, vaccinations.
We're going, it'll cover us at least.
But they're selling
We
for
don't need to trade it. We'll just keep it and have a really well stocked med tank.
they're selling for 100,000 credits.
Oh, that means I got to pony up 8.
Well, no, you just made 288,000, so
Right, but only
or 280,000.
2,000 of that was profit.
No. So you made 280. You only
Right,
spent 188. So
Right,
you
which means
made
the profit was 92.
right.
And now I'm going to buy something that's 100, which puts us in the hole 8,000 until we can unload it.
Right.
I feel like I need permission to do that.
You can call into your captain.
So, Captain, we can risk 8 of our own for a ton of meds.
Do I have to test these things to make sure they're like on the level, or is there like a quality seal or something?
So they allow you to inspect the cargo. Ching Shi can hold up her phone, and you can see that these are not only are these legit meds, but they all have the Imperial seal on them.
Nice. And I have +1 to medic too, so I have a basic idea. I'm not as smart as the captain, but I can at least, they're Band-Aid brand and not off-brand.
Yeah, no, these are Imperial meds. Ching Shi, make a recon check plus intellect.
Recon plus intellect?
Yeah.
Okay. 8.
So you're rifling through this ton of meds, and at the bottom, you find 5 doses of Psy-Med.
Oh yeah, we'll take it. But I'm gonna act real low key about it, like, gosh, I guess.
You want to make a broker check to try and lower the price?
Like, I'm risking extra. I'm gonna walk away from this deal with no cash on hand, but
You could try to lower the price.
we can do that.
You could try to lower the price.
I know, but I feel like I'm gonna press my luck, and it's gonna go real bad.
I'll just say buy it. Yeah, let's spend 8. Everybody needs drugs.
Everybody needs drugs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's the rule of the universe.
So 100,000 gets you a ton of pharmaceuticals. Some in Imperial space would be illegal.
Well, it's a good thing we're not in Imperial space.
That's right. Nothing counts out here. So here's the weird thing. Those psi drugs that you found,
Right.
they are manufactured by General Development Corporation. And 2, they have the Imperium seal on them.
Interesting. So does that mean that they're particularly high quality?
Well, the weird thing about it is that
Imperium anti.
psionics are illegal in the Imperium.
Yeah. So maybe they've got a secret psionic program.
Possibly. But they are clearly, I mean, the logo is on the psyop or on the psi drugs, that they are manufactured by Judecco.
Okay. Keep that in mind, because it'd be weird for them to be making drugs for something that's illegal in the Empire.
Right.
Okay.
Okay, so Beth, Keith, and Rexxar, you come back to the ship, and they are loading up one ton container of these pharmaceuticals. And you guys board the ship. Ching Shi, make a pilot plus dexterity check.
10.
Nice. So you pull out of the dock, or they move you back into launch position, back up. You take off, no problem, and you set the ship towards Hernan's claim. Hernan's claim is almost 4 AU out from Gibraltar Station. It's a little bit further than you were led to believe. 4 AU would be 600 million kilometers. But, I mean, at 1G, your ship can make it there in 136 hours. Nothing particularly interesting happens, but Hernan's claim is a small rock ball out in the asteroid belt of the system. And there's a small colony on there. Ching-Chi, make another piloting plus dex check.
Ooh. 8.
Ooh, you just made it.
And it's hard for me to do that badly because my spacecraft is +3.
Yeah. Ching-Chi got a cramp in her left foot, and you guys almost swing over, but you were able to land at Hernan's claim. As you come off of the ship, you see these two guys approach you. They're wearing cheap suits. Like, they look like they were bought off the rack, not tailored. Like, the pants don't quite fit. They're a little bit long. Their collars are unbuttoned. The ties are loose. These guys approaching you are clearly detectives of some kind. Or what you would know as rent investigators. These guys come up and they have, one of them has out his mobile comm and he goes, "Hey, that Aslan there, let me get a better look at you."
Hello?
And he kind of looks at, they both look at the screen. He goes, no, never mind. You're not the one we're looking for. Hey, have you guys run into any Aslan around here?
All right here.
Well, besides this one.
We just arrived.
We just got here.
He says, "Oh, okay. Did you see any Aslan over on Gibraltar Station? We tracked your vessel coming in."
Yeah, there's like a bunch of them being janitors over there, and you should probably go investigate.
Interesting. Yeah. So, and he holds up a picture and he shows this Aslan that has like cream-colored fur with brown tiger stripes through it. And he says, none of you have seen this one, huh? Right?
No.
He says, okay, well, you keep your eyes out, and if you run into this individual, you let customs know, and they'll contact us. He's a dangerous war criminal. I don't know the details. I don't care. It's just a job.
Alrighty, well, thank you for your service.
And they, move along, and the one without the phone kind of reaches up and runs his hand along the bottom of Gibraltar, and he goes, this here's an older scout vessel, isn't it, eh?
Yep, it's old and not in the best shape. It's ours.
Are you with the IISS?
No.
No, what?
The IISS is the Imperial Scout Service. You were.
Oh, okay. Then
You would be considered to be on detached duty.
I'm on detached duty, I say, knowingly.
He says, interesting. Yeah. All right. Well, you let us know if you see that Aslan, eh? Don't get too close to him. He's dangerous.
You betcha.
And he looks at Rexxar and he says, and don't you go making any new friends now. And he does this to Rexxar.
But I thought we were gonna be new friends. All right, fine.
So, you get to Ernan's claim, and are you going to try and sell your pharmaceuticals here? This is a small outpost.
I don't want to sell all of them, but some if we can get a good price.
So, here's the thing. So, you've got 1 ton of pharmaceuticals. Do you want to essentially fill your med bay and keep the psionics drugs?
Yes.
Okay. So, you would have, after doing that, I would say you would probably have about 0.8 tons of pharmaceuticals to sell. And immediately the station administrator comes over and wants to negotiate a price for these pharmaceuticals. Ching Shi, go ahead and make a broker roll.
Wait. Doing some quick math. Let's see if it's 0.8 times, okay, broker. Me. That is not part of my brokering. Unless it comes to that. Let's see. 4, 5, 6, 7.
He says, we'll give you 90,000 for this lot. And the doctor's reaching through and looking stuff and he's like, we need all of this. And the administrator's like, shh, 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 shh. We'll give you 90,000 for these pharmaceuticals. Says
I'm going to.
It seems like this container's a little light.
Well, I'm not going to make any effort to hide the fact that it's not quite a ton. I mean, I don't think there's any need to lie, but if they need it that desperately, perhaps we should get more money.
Go ahead and make another broker roll.
Okay, I'm going to try not to suck this time.
The doctor is telling the administrator, he's like, no, if they want more, pay it. We need this. Hernan's claim only has a population.
What quality it is. Look at these grapes.
Oh, the doctor's fully aware of the quality. Hernan's claim has a population of 30,000.
Better, double sixes. So that's 12, 13, 14.
Says, all right, we'll give you 110,000 for the lot. How's that?
Done.
All right.
I assume that's okay.
And the doctor's extremely happy. He's the head surgeon here at Hernan's claim. Like I said, Hernan's claim only has a population of about 30,000. There's not a whole lot of ship traffic that isn't an ore hauler. The rest of you, Rexxar, Captain Beth, and Keith, make a Recon Plus Intellect or EDU check. Or, I'm sorry, Recon Plus Intellect.
There's the bad roll. 3.
I got 15.
Yep, that's a wall.
15? Wow.
I rolled 2 6s and I got a good intellect.
I get 10.
Okay, so Beth and Keith, you see that there is a young Aslan female that is kind of skulking among the cargo containers and keeping an eye on you. And she looks like... She looks hideous. No. She's actually... Well, I guess she's not that attractive for a young Aslan, but this is what she looks like. And she's keeping an eye on you. And as you make the deal and they are unloading the cargo, you make your way into the station promenade, where there are a number of different shops. There's a small miner's bar called the Anvil. And that's not what I wanted at all. There we go. As you make your way into the Anvil to get drinks, you see that this young Aslan female tries to blend in with the crowd on the street of the promenade and kind of stands outside and keeps an eye on the place, watching you.
Maybe we could ask her what she thinks we should pick up for our next cargo, since we just got rid of what we had.
So you come into this spacer, like, dive bar. There's a there's a female Varger stripper on a pole, and you know, and there's a guy behind the bar with a cybernetic arm that kind of whirs and isn't in the best condition. And every once in a while he reaches over and he gets some oil and oils his elbow and keeps wiping the bar. And as you walk in, he's like, you're new here. What would you have? He's a pirate, evidently. You can tell from his voice.
What do the locals drink?
Oh, well. What you want? You want Deneb Club. It is a Denebian whiskey that we just got in not too long ago. It's expensive, though. It sells for 100 credits a shot. You won't have anything better, though.
Well, we just sold our cargo, so I guess we could celebrate. Let's do it.
All right. You guys down your first shot, and he says, would you like another?
I'll let this first one settle for a minute before I ask for another one.
I'll have another one.
Okay. So, Rexxar, he's pouring your other one, and you down that second shot, and you look to your right, and here is this young Aslan female. And she says,
Jesus Christ, don't sneak up on me.
she says, excuse me, my name is Wheelar. I'm wondering if you might be here to help a certain individual.
Maybe. I feel like this is a test.
She says, she holds up a mobile comm and she says, perhaps somebody who looks like this, and it is a cream-colored Aslan with brown stripes through it.
Get him. But there are like eyes everywhere. In terms of people watching us.
She says, don't be alarmed, and please don't make a ruckus. And she looks at the bartender and she says, I'll have a beer. And he says, I don't know that you're even old enough to have a beer.
Are you old enough to have a beer?
Shh.
Isn't one like 1 year, like 7 years, not 7, I don't know how many years it is to a cat. I'm sure she's old enough in cat years.
She said, she looks at Rexxar and she goes, shh. Yeah, I'm old enough. And the bartender's like, the bartender kind of looks around and he's like, well, all right. And he pours a local beer and he sets it in front of her and he goes, you keep that to yourself and you drink it fast and you get out of my bar. She says, okay, I will. And she takes a sip and she's like, ugh, I hate beer. She says, look.
Why did you order it?
She says, would you keep your voice down? You're as bad as he is.
Who's he?
She says, you're here looking for an Aslan, aren't you? Are you looking for Ergnwall?
Should I quietly whisper to the captain?
Yeah, well, why don't you take her back to our ship or something?
She says, no, I'll take you to him. You're here looking for him, aren't you? You're his passage off of this world. She whispers to Captain Beth, she goes, you're taking him to Tyok.
Not very subtle, are you?
Yeah, who hired her?
She takes another big gulp of her beer and slams it down the bar. She says, come with me. I'll take you to him.
Okay, but if those two rented cops are there, I'm just gonna be over it.
She rolls her eyes. She's like the rent investigators, like they're hard to avoid. Ugh, they're idiots.
Okay. All right, we're on the same page then. Okay, I'll go with her.
She takes you through the streets, and she takes you to a small business called Hernan Robotics and Electronics. Did you leave your droid AX-57 on the ship, or are you bringing him with you everywhere you go?
That's okay.
I mean, it's
I
Keith's.
think we have him with us.
It's pretty much Keith's robot. At this point, Keith, you've spent enough time with AX-57 that when he beeps and boops at you, you just know what he's talking about.
Oh,
Nice.
the souls are bonded.
He does have a little screen on him, and when I say a little screen, I mean it's like a 1-inch screen that displays what he's saying. But I mean, you have to have really good eyes to see it. But you're able to determine by his beeps and boops kind of what he's saying. Kind of like how I know when Cassie wants to play or eat food or catch squirrels when she's meowing at me. I know what she's saying. And you can kind of have conversations with him. They may not be completely exact, but you're close. So, you and AX-57 and the rest of the party show up at Hernan Robotics and Electronics. And this is a small, modest, mostly second-hand computer store where they sell a lot of different computers and electronics parts. But in the back, they actually have a manufacturing suite where they produce new parts. And when you come in, Aslan comes out, and he is not the guy that you're looking for. He is an older Aslan, wears glasses, and he comes out and he's wearing a deep blue velvet jacket and a bright gold cravat. And he comes out and he looks at the young girl and he goes, "Wheeler, who have you brought to our shop?" And she comes in and she says, "Father, I think these are the ones." And he goes, "Oh, welcome to Hernan Electronics and Robotics. Come on in." And he leads you to the back where their construction process is going on. And he says, "So, are you looking for new robots, perhaps?"
I think we might look for upgrades for a robot that we have.
And he shows you.
We're looking for a new one.
Are we looking for a new robot? Okay.
Yeah, pretty sure.
Yeah.
This is a robot does our robot beep angrily when he hears that?
Yeah. AX-57's like. "Meh, meh." And he brings out a robot that looks like this. He
Yeah,
says,
I can just tell what's in the center of that. So
says,
Sean,
"Any shipboard crew would be happy to have this. Let me introduce you to the steward shipboard robot." And he says, "The steward is a shipboard robot intended to assist in simple tasks such as keeping passengers fed and passageways clean. Oh, many have criticized it for trying to do too much on a single platform, but this robot can do it all. The steward has advantage and versatility, enabling your crew to obtain a wide range of basic capabilities with a single purpose. And it's a bulky ovoid, taller than it is wide, running on 4 wheels. The torso segment has a flat top protected by a retractable clamshell cover, created as a serving platform which can deliver a range of hot and cold drinks and basic dishes. An internal hot plate keeps food warm and can deliver a hot sandwich to your pilot in less than half an hour. Lower half of the ovoid contains a tank for cleaning fluids and a direct pressure hose. A pair of segmented arms allows for manipulation of light tools. And I have to say, it's recommended that the steward be supervised by somebody with competence. And don't switch it from cleaning to general maintenance tasks and cooking without a thorough cleaning. but it's not uncommon to see the steward vacuuming floors and delivering a hot sandwich at the same time. But this is just one of my many wares. And he calls to the back and he says, hey, bring out the other one, would you? And you see a cream-colored with tan striped Aslan bring out another robot. This one you might actually be interested in. He says, more to the point, for a trader of any kind, would be the Type C cargo loader. Now, this robot has very limited autonomous capabilities, but it can help you unload your cargo hold in a matter of minutes. It's used for numerous ports and carried by commercial starships. It is not uncommon to encounter a fleet of these at most of the major docks that you would hit. It runs on heavy-duty tracks optimized for smooth surfaces, but it does have some rough ground capability. So if you're loading or unloading at the Type E starport, this is the loader for you. I could sell this baby to you for 225,000 credits. And while you are talking and looking over this Type C cargo loader, you see Wheelar talking to this other Aslan with the cream-colored fur and the tan stripes, and he turns and he looks at you. And he just kind of nods in your direction.
Do either of these robot models have adequate storage space inside?
Oh, well, I wouldn't say that they have storage space. The Type C cargo loader can carry things around, and of course the steward bot just carries around food, but it would have enough to feed at least 5 passengers.
So if I needed to store something in a pinch, I could, though?
Oh, the steward bot, I would think, could be reprogrammed to store something in a pinch.
All right. I'm interested in purchasing that then.
Okay. So the steward bot, and he leans forward and he says, are you here to help our friend?
I sure am. I hope we can fit inside this thing.
He says, you seem like a good lot. I could let this steward bot go for 20,000. It retails MSRP for 27,500.
Well, that seems more than fair then. I'll shake his hand.
Okay. And the tan-colored Aslan comes over and he says, would you please have dinner with me tonight at our home?
Sure.
So he make the owner of the shop, which is Wheeler, you learn is Wheeler's father. He has a steward bot delivered to the Obi-Wan Gibraltar, and he says, are you sure that you don't want to own one of these Type C loaders? It makes unloading your cargo much easier. I could let it go for friends of a friend. I could let it go for 180,000.
Well, our engineer says we should have one, so you want
Yeah.
to subtract.
It sounds like your chief engineer is a wise man. And so he has a Type C cargo loader delivered to your ship as well.
Sweet.
And he says, I'm just getting ready to close up the shop. I see that that our friend here has invited you to dinner. And he goes over and he shuts the shop door, and he has actually an old analog sign that he flips on the string that says it's closed. And he says, come with me. And he leads you out the back through some alleys to some very, very low rent apartments. And he lets you inside, and his wife is there, and she is cooking a meal, and she says, "Oh, I didn't think that you were going to bring friends home." And he says, "These friends are here to take the prince to where he has to go."
The plot thickens.
Royalty among us.
So you learn that your cargo's real name, I'm going to butcher this. It is Tia Halaloa Hituaro Ari Watsotowaliwa of the Iwowi clan. But most people just refer to him as Prince Hetelatural, which isn't correct because there's no such things as princes. He is a favored son of a clan lord, of the clan lord of Clan Iwowi. And
the first son, or?
he's not a first son. He is a second son. And he's fairly quiet. All he tells you is that it is imperative that he get back to the clan palace on Tyak. And he says there are people looking for him.
Yeah, we noticed.
Now, we met some say you were like a war criminal, and some say you just got in a fight.
He growls at that. Go ahead and make a persuasion check. And I'm going to give you a +1 because you have an Aslan in your party.
11.
He says, that's not entirely correct. So,
They caution.
he says things didn't go as planned. So the world of Aronosir, which you guys have already been to, that's where you started to chase the Martin II, the treasure ship. Evidently, when you were on Aronosir, you learned that the world is technically ruled by Aslan landowners. The reality is that the Imperium has come in and put in a government, and the Aslan clan owners are basically puppet rulers. He tells you, Prince of Territorial tells you, he says, I wanted to regain glory for my clan. And so I led a group of Ihati to Aronosir with the idea of taking over another clan lord's hold. But they overran us, and they won the battle in a fair fight. They decimated my troops, and I was forced to run in shame.
So why do the cops here care? Like, who's paying them?
He says, that is another matter. All I can tell you is that I have to reach Tyak.
All right. Well, I'm not one to judge.
All right. We will pick this up next week, and you can do some more speculative trading, and you can decide off of this map where you would like to go first. Remember, you have to kind of juggle around and pretend to be regular traders before making a beeline for Tyak. Each jump is 1 week, and you have to get him from now until then to Tyak in 16 weeks. Does that make sense?
Yeah, what's the name of the place we're at right now?
So you're in Anurin.
In Urin. Okay.
So jump to any of these other hexes would be 1 week, but you can jump 2 hexes at a time.
Okay.
So you could go from Anurin to Ergo, for example, or you could go from Anurin to Tech World, and from Tech World to Hilfer, all the way over here in the other subsector.
And we're supposed to end up in Tyock, right?
Right, and Tyock is over in the other subsector. Yep, that's Tyock.
Cool. All right. I took a screen capture and just trying to write notes on it so I figure out where we might want to go. Can't go to Tech World.
And so this is your Aslan side quest. I have side quests for many of the worlds that you jump into.
Sweet. That's great. I'm excited.
Yay.
So, all right. We will see you guys next week for Pirates of Drinax, the Borderland run.
Awesome.
Bye.
Have a good night, guys.